Lovely with you on Straight Talk with Lorena. Today we are going to be talking about sex education. Oh, I just mentioned something that's wrong, right? The taboo, not to be talked about. Well, truth is, whether we admit it or not, sex is a part of life and it's not something we should shy away from. Very lovely friends with me in the house. Yeah, they are not strange faces. You've met them before, and I believe that you will love to see them again. Yes, I'm talking about Mrs. Lalo. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And you're welcome to Straight Talk. Okay, right now I'm taking a short break. We should continue after the break right now. Earlier today, I went into the street to get the opinion of different people on the subject sex education. So, come with me as we hear from them.
Please, I need your opinion on sex education.
Sex education?
Yes, please.
What do you actually mean by sex education? Giving your children the education as regards to sexual or whatever between the two parties, the opposite sex, from the opposite sex. And it is very essential for parents or even the teachers to make it a kind of I don't know how to put it, a very good, to make it very important for every child to be educated in the sense that they will not go against or they will not do something different from what they should understand. For example, a child, a young girl, should be educated in the area of sex, dealing with the opposite sex. This will give them the idea or the knowledge in order not to misuse their body. I will go into a Bible passage here. Don't mind me if I'm quoting Bible. The Bible says our body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, so we don't need to misuse it. Get the idea of sexual education so that you don't fall into it. Aside opposite sex, there are some other diseases that one can contract, which can shorten the life of a child or anyone. And this is why sexual education or sex education is very, very important in our society.
Sex education, for me and to me as a person, I would say is very nice, because once one is informed about something, the person will not fall a victim of it. So once you educate a teenager or even an adult on sex education, the person will be able to know the advantage, the risks involved, and even how to protect him or herself from it. So sex education is something that is very, very important.
Tell you about sex education.
Yes, your own opinion about sex education.
If I will talk about sex education, I don't know much about. I can't really say much about it.
Okay.
The only few things I can say about sex is sex was actually created for both sex. It's actually for reproduction. And secondly is officially is for couples officially. That's what the Bible says, that it's only a married couple by right that are supposed to involve themselves in sex. Or most of the people, they take it for entertainment, but the basic thing is that it's for production. That's the only thing I can say about sex.
Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome back.
Education is like creating awareness about sex generally. What you are supposed to know, what you are supposed to do as a teenager, what you're supposed to avoid, where and where not someone is supposed to touch you, then how you react are all what we need to know about sex.
Thank you so much. So, in your definition, you made mention of teenagers. So, do you think it's during the teenage people should be informed or should be given sex education?
Very well.
Yes. As a teenager.
Well, I wouldn't say until a child gets to that same age before you let them know things are happening in this 21st century. You can, as long as a child knows this is my right hand, this is my left hand, this is good, this is not good, I think you are good to go to let that child know the things about sex. We have intelligent children from 5 years.
Really?
Yes.
Don't you think that is an unnecessary extreme?
It is not unnecessary, because so many people are molesting even babies. But if a child knows this thing is not good, at least the child will be able to communicate such to someone he or she can confide in. But if we wait till the child becomes a teenage, so when a child is able to confide in you, then you should be able to tell that child the do's and don'ts of sex.
Encourage yourself.
Yes,
How many kids do you have?
I have to.
Wow, you don't look it.
Thank you.
When you want to initiate this sex education issues with the children, how do you do it?
About the year it was on the children day.
Okay.
This children's day, May 27th. So I just called them that we're doing something different today. So the first question I asked was, what is sex? Then they were like, I'm a girl. I said, no, like, what is sex? They said, I don't know. The other one said, I don't know.
How old are they?
Then I think 9 and 5. I think 9 and 5, yes. So I have to explain what sex is in a way they will understand. In a way they will understand, like when a man and a woman does this, like that. I explain in a way I
actually understand.
Yes.
That's interesting.
So, and I let them know what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do. Now, let me not digress to my discussion with them.
Okay.
Now, so it is very important to let children know about sex education so they won't learn bad habits from a total stranger.
Okay. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Yes. If you don't teach them, they will definitely learn it from outside. Take for example, even if they are young, at 5 years old, you let them know the various parts of the body that are private. You, when any male touch you here, say no. You run to your mommy or to your teacher and tell them. They will learn it step by step, stages by stages. Definitely, by then, maybe the child is in school and a teacher or an uncle touch her where they are not supposed to, will definitely talk her. But if you keep quiet, she will feel maybe it's normal thing and keep it to this herself. You know, this is where someone will touch you and you are supposed to report, and this is what someone will do to you if you run away from that person. They will pick it up and they will follow up.
Okay, thank you very much. So you are saying that educating the child early on sexual issues, we help the child overcome some forms of sexual exploitation or sexual assault. Okay, and even some housemates
Yes.
molest children when the parents are not around.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for always giving me your time. Yes, we appreciate you. I believe you had a nice time, and I believe you learned a lot. Sex education is very important. It's very important that we give our children the right information. You don't have to shy away from it. Tell them the truth. Nothing but the truth, because if you don't give them the right information, they'll definitely find out from other sources and they may get the wrong information. Knowledge, they say, is power. So educate your children. Use the right words for the different parts of the body. You understand? And make them understand that there are parts that should not be touched. And when anyone touches them, they should come to you. Make your children your friends. Make them feel comfortable discussing with you. Because if they're not comfortable with you, they'll be comfortable with their peers. And their peers are as uninformed as they are. As the saying goes, when a blind person leads a blind person, they both fall into the ditch. You cannot give what you don't have. Another thing you need to understand is, when you don't give your children, especially the girl child, the male children are not exempted though, because they are all involved in this. When you don't give them the right information, whatever mistakes they make, they don't bear the consequences alone. For instance, when a girl gets pregnant at an early age, and maybe a child, so parents who are very strict may force her into an early marriage. See, whatever happens, the girl child or the child doesn't face the consequences alone, because that's not the future you had for the child. So there are some mistakes that are avoidable. So you can help your children avoid such mistakes by growing up. You know, this stage of life they're in right now, you've been there too. You have experiences that will be useful in helping them. Okay, if you are like me, I'm a very shy person. So if you're a parent that's shy and you feel you don't know how to initiate this discussion with your child, you can get books for the child and read the book, give the child a book and tell the child to come tell you the story. Yes, when I was younger, my dad would buy me books and then he'll give me the books to go read and say, when you're done, come tell me the story. And I'll quickly go and read the book and I'll be so happy because it created a platform for my dad and I to have a conversation. In the process, I was able to imbibe the habit of reading. So you could be inculcating the habit of reading with your children. So when you get them these books, so you can get books and guide them while they read the books. You talk to your children, make them your best friends. They should feel comfortable discussing with you no matter how bad it is, you know, because what you don't tell them, they will learn outside, they will practice it, and you will not know. You will not know. So why don't you just be a part of their lives? Guide them through every stage of life. And when they make mistakes, try and empathize with them. Don't do as if they are the first persons to make mistakes. No one is above mistake. We all make mistakes. And while you were growing up too, I believe you made one or two mistakes and then you learned. So learn to empathize with your children. Love them, care for them, and be there for them. Ibishola said she uses teachable moments like the Children's Day, May 27th. She seizes that opportunity to educate her daughters. And she said she started as early as 5. Yes, when her children were like 5 and 9 years old. So it's not too early for you to start giving these children the right information. You use the right words for different parts of the body. I believe that you enjoyed this program, and I believe that you have learned a lot. And if you've not been educating your children, I believe that you would start educating them and giving them the right information that they need. Thank you for keeping a date with us, and don't forget to join us again same time next week for a fresh edition. Special thanks to Ibishola and Happy. Thank you for always being there. I appreciate you, I love you, and I love you guys too. It's Straight Talk with Rella. Do have a wonderful weekend.